Forgot to film an intro for the video, but this is going to be a Christmas / New Year's look. It's a bold eye, it's kind of a cranberry red color, and a neutral lip. So I just thought that this will be a fun look for you guys for the holidays, and so I wanted to give you an idea of something that you might want to do. You could create this look with lots of different palettes, but I used the Modern Renaissance palette, and so yeah, if you'd like to see how I got this look, then just keep watching. Okay guys, I've already got color correcting, and I have put my foundation on and some fresh sugar lip balm, which is the balm. And then I have already used my NARS eyeshadow primer on my eyes. So what I'm doing today, as I said, is I'm going to be working on a look for Christmas. I want to do something that's really dramatic, and I think for that what I want to use, I did not really pull out my brushes ahead of time. I probably should have done that, but regardless, what I'm gonna do, if I can find the right brush, here it is, I'm going to go in to my Modern Renaissance palette. I'm going to do something that's, you know, really bold and that sort of thing. I am going to go with some gold and some red. I'm going to start out with some warm colors first though, and I'm going to start out with the first one, which is Tempera. I'm going to start out with it just to set down the primer, because it's sticky, and if you go in with a dark color on something that's sticky, you're going to get it, it's going to be splotchy, you know, that sort of thing. And I just lightly graze. One thing I noticed that a lot of people do is they just kind of go in hard with their brush. Your brush will not only wear out faster, but I mean, brushes are not meant to be used that way. Whether you're a painter or you are, you know, applying makeup, you're supposed to just lightly graze your skin with it. It's not, you know, it's not meant for you to go in and go in heavy and push your brush against your skin. I mean, you know, I just see so many people go in and they're like, wham, and they're just digging in. And you get a much better blend if you're light-handed with your brush. And, you know, that sort of thing. You can get intensity by building it up, but if you want it to be blended well, you don't want to go in with it like that. So yeah, so I have now set that down. It's not sticky anymore. I'm going to go in now. I need to go in with I think I'm going to go in with this one, burnt orange, this one right here, because I want to start warming up my crease. I want to have a warm base to start with. So I'm just going to, you know, this is a pretty dramatic color. It's very pigmented. Now, I go a little higher than my crease because of my hooded lids, but you guys just do what works for you. I just want to blow this out pretty good. This is a Sigma E40 brush, and I can blow it out pretty good just by, you know, doing these large circular motions, and that helps me. I hope you guys have been still enjoying my daily videos for December. God knows I've worked my butt off for that, and yeah, so I just think that this is a fun thing to do for a December daily video, even though it's not crafty, because I mean, I love beauty and makeup as much, And I'm gonna do 2 looks before Christmas. This is the first one. This is gonna be a really statement eye with a nude lip, and then I'm gonna do a really pretty smoked out eye with a red lip. So those are the 2 looks that I'm gonna be doing during December Daily to incorporate the beauty part of my channel. And yeah, so that's what I want to do. So I've just gone in and I've just kind of blown that out. You can see there is no harsh line at all. It's just very seamless, which is what I'm looking for. Okay, now what I want to do is I'm going to go in with this brush that's a little bit more precise. It's a yeah, this is a Luxie brush. It's the Luxie 229. Let me run it through my color switch real quick. But it's just like this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with, Venetian Red. And Venetian Red is a very strong color. It's this color right here. It's this one right here. Yeah, it's going to be a very, very bold eye look. But I think it's going to turn out really pretty. I've used this, and I've done a color with this before. Make sure you knock off the extra because this color, it don't play. I'm gonna go in tighter into my crease area and down onto my lid a little bit. So that's what I'm gonna do with this. You always start on the outside corner and work your way in. You can always add more, but don't dig in with your brush. You know, just use the tip end of your brush and you can control it. And you know, I'm just slowly working that color in. You don't want to dig in because you'll ruin your brush. Eventually the you know, it'll break where the ferrule is. It'll break loose the glue from the pressure. And yeah, this is such a gorgeous color, and I absolutely love it. So there's that. I love, love, love this color. You can see how beautiful it is. Okay, let me go in with this other side. Start in the outside corner and start working your way in. And again, I'm, you know, just touching my eye lightly and bringing that color in. I'm covering up not only the exact crease, but I'm also covering up the area that you would usually darken out in your outer V, because when I come in with a darker color for that, I want plenty of this color to already be there. This is just such a beautiful color, and I think it'll translate really well with anything that you're wearing, whether it's Christmas or New Year's. I think that this can be, you know, a look for any of those, depending on what you're wearing. For Christmas, I think this is great. If you're going to a Christmas Eve party, or even if you're just doing the family thing, but you want to be really festive, I think this is a great look. And, you know, I can clean up anything, like right in here, I can clean any of that up when I go to do my concealer. I did use, in my vlog, I used this tight eye, and so if you want kind of like a little mini, you know, mini review slash, I used it for the first time, what is it like and what is it about kind of thing, watch my vlogs from yesterday or the one that I'll put up tonight. And today is day 9. I can't keep up. But yeah, I just wanted to do something that was really dramatic and pretty. And yeah, so I've got this going on. So let me go in with my original brush, and I'm just going to kind of just do some circle movements to make sure that I still have a very seamless gradient look. I'm just barely touching my eyes with the brush. I don't want to move the skin around any more than it is, just because my skin is old and loose. Loose as a goose, guys, that's the truth. But yeah, I'm just blowing this out. And Now what I want to do is I want to go in with an even more precise brush. I've got my fan blowing on me because I got kind of hot. I've been in the shower, so I got kind of hot, and I decided to turn the fan on because I was kind of warm, even though it's cold. It snowed here today, which is just crazy. It just snowed in Alabama, and I mean like a big snow. Of course, there's nothing on the roads as far as I know, but you know, for Alabama, it's a good one. Okay, and I'll probably share a picture on my Instagram, and I'll probably talk about it on Snapchat too. So I've been trying to get back onto those. Okay, I'm gonna go in now with this warm dark color because I am keeping it warm. This is called it's called Cypress Umber. So I'm gonna use this one right here. It's just a gorgeous warm brown, and that's what I'm gonna use in the outer V. So I'm just gonna kind of go in the outer V and bring it up just a little bit. I don't want to take away too much of the red, and if you have to go back and reinforce the red just a little bit, do it. And I probably will. It's just, this is one of those looks. Anytime you're using really bold colors, you need to blend till your arm falls off. You just do. I mean, it's just one of those things. And see how it's tamed down on that red, but I want that red to really be there, so I'm gonna have to go back and reinforce it, but I wanted to darken up that outer corner first. So let's do that. Okay, that's a beautiful color because it's nice and warm. And I'm blowing it out a little bit too, even though this is a pretty precise brush. I'm blowing it out a good bit because I don't want those, you know, those harsh lines in between the colors. I want it to be very well blended and have a seamless look. I want it to be, you know, an ombre effect as far as I don't want you to be able to see where one color ends and another begins. So there's that. And so, yeah, we had snow. And if you're not already following me on Snapchat and Instagram, you can find links to that down below, or you can find a link to my Facebook page. I have a public Facebook page that's separate from my personal page. And I do not accept people on my personal page unless I know you personally. So, because that's where, you know, I do my family stuff, and I want to respect their privacy. So, you know, you can find links to that down below. And then also, my eyes are a little bit weepy today. They're trying to water just a bit. Not uncommon for me. Okay, now I'm going to go back into the red, and let's the Venetian red, and let's reinforce that just a little bit. Make sure that it's nice and red there with this Luxie brush. It helps to diffuse out some of that line between that outer corner also, so that you end up with a really pretty, sort of a cranberry, I guess you would say, and not as much of just a red. But guys, you've got to blend, and you don't want to dig in. If you don't blend, you're just not going to get what you're looking for. And the whole point of using brushes is so that you can blend, but you have to do it lightly. You can't, you know, you can't go in and ruin your brushes. Okay, this is what I have so far, and yeah, it looks messy. Yeah, I mean, I get it, but I'm gonna show you what to do. Now I'm gonna go in with, because I want to go with a gold, so I'm gonna go in with this color Primavera. I don't know if you can see just how much I use these two right here. They're among my favorites in this, but I'm gonna use my finger, and I'm gonna go in with my finger to Primavera, which is a beautiful, beautiful gold. And then I'm gonna go in on the lid, and then I'll blend that out. So I just wanna go in to the lid as far to the inner corner as I can get. And I am coming up a little bit above that crease in my eye because I want it to show. I'm just adding that in, and then I'll come back and blend. Okay. Getting as close to the inner corner as possible, but giving it some shine too. Really not sure what lip that I want to use. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a Kat Von D lip just because I have some really great nudes there. But I mean, you know, a lipstick, anything like that, this would be beautiful with a black winged liner, but guys, you know I'm horrible at that, so I'm not going to do it. But that's a personal preference anyway. Some people feel like that they can't go out in public without their wing. I'm just not that person, so okay. I'm building it slowly. All right, now let's go in with the one that we started with, the original brush, and I'm just gonna kind of go over that, kind of blend just a little bit. Just like that, because I want that gold to really pop on the lid. Just like that. Okay, and then I'll do an inner corner highlight too, but you know, when you blink, you'll catch the light with that gold. It's really, really pretty. I'm just gonna put that to the side because I'll do, you know, my under eyes with that. Okay, now I'm not gonna do my brows until last because there's no point. Okay, so what I wanna do is I wanna kind of brush away any fallout, because I mean, you know, anytime you have these really dark colors, very pigmented colors, the more pigmented, the more fallout you're gonna have. That's just pretty much normal. Okay, so let me go in. Let me pull my hair back again. Okay, it's just, I left it in a natural curl. I had it twisted up on my head into a bun after I washed it, and so now it's just a natural curl. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to go in with my concealer and my color corrector for under my eyes and my Laura Mercier and start working on the rest of my makeup. So, you guys know I have to color correct a lot. So I'm going to go in with that. Let me find my brush that I use to kind of spread this out a little bit. I could leave it alone, but I feel like that if, you know, I'll leave it without blending it out just a little bit, it's just extra product that creates that cakey eye. So, and I really hope I'm not getting any of that flashback glare that happens on the camera. But, and this is probably not going to be the best look with this red shirt that I've got on, but I mean, you guys will get the idea. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I have my Beauty Blender ready, and I'm going to go in with my Shape Tape. Some people just go crazy. Shape Tape is strong. There's just no need to do that big triangle thing, you know, and I mean, all it does is make mature skin look more mature. I mean, that's really all it really does. And highlighting the center of my face, I would rather use, I would much rather use highlighter than concealer, because highlighter is lighter on your skin than concealer. And the more mature your skin, the less products you want to use. I know a lot of people think it's right the opposite, but it's really, you know, when you have wrinkles, you'll get cake face really, really fast. You see how it cleaned up that outside edge there? That's what we were looking for. okay? Always start from the outside corner and work your way in when you're doing your concealer. And that way you can bring it down the side of your nose if you are wanting to sculpt your nose a little bit. I do it just to keep it blended nicely. And I do bring it down onto that, you know, that area of the cheek just a little bit. I like to have a little extra coverage around my nose. And that works for me. That tie-dye stuff that I used is looking pretty good with makeup on it. I will say that. So there'll be a full review on my vlog. Okay, so now what I want to do is I need to go in with my Laura Mercier, and I'm not going to really bake, but I am going to press some powder into my under eye. I'm just finding that the baking situation is giving me more cake than I need. So let me see, get a little bit more. I'm just gonna, wherever you put concealer, if you do put concealer down the center of your face, your nose, the bridge of your nose, between your brows, your chin, all that kind of stuff. And I've done it before. It just depends on what I'm doing. You know, if I need full glam going out for, you know, the night, and I need some extra coverage because I've got some issues going on, then yeah, you know, I can see using concealer, but don't use concealer to brighten with. I just think that that's too much. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, that's the only place that I use loose powder is on top of concealer. And then I go in with my pressed powder, and I just like to use my Rimmel Stay Matte and my powder brush, and I just go into it, and then I set the rest of my face. And I do like to set my whole face. I used the Born This Way foundation in the color beige for my foundation today. And I did color correct with not only my Wet n Wild sponge, but also the Urban Decay green corrector fluid. As I've mentioned before, I'm really fighting a battle with my skin and with texture right now, and so I don't want to bring attention to all that texture by having too much dewiness, but I like the coverage and the soft look that the Born This Way gives me. Just knock off any extra that might have been left under the eye. Just like that. And see, I think that's just, it's a very, very festive look to me. And once we get the under eye going, I think that, and the brows and all that, I think it's going to be great. Okay, I'm going to go in with my Hourglass. I really want the Edit 3, but it just doesn't look like it's going to happen for me. Can I just say Christmas time happened? So I'm going to just go in and bronze up a little bit. I don't see a need to contour. If you are, you know, if you really love to contour, then by all means contour. It's going to give you a little bit more of a glam look, a cleaner look. But, I mean, you know, at my age, I really don't need that. I don't think that anybody really needs that. So, not at this age anyway, but if you want to, by all means. There are no mistakes in makeup, and there, you know, everything is very subjective. Everybody has their own ideas about, you know, and if you whatever you do, if it works for you and you like it, then by all means you do it. I just know that I have found, since I have a lot of sun damage and that sort of thing, that I only contour if I'm going to be out at night because I need it to show and that sort of thing. I'm going to use the other end, and I'm going to go into the blush that's in this little palette. I'm just going to bring it right here and back. I really like the look that this gives my cheeks. And always tap off the extra. I just think that it gives me a very healthy look. I don't think it's overdone. The bronzer itself does have a warm tone, so, you know, obviously it does. And so it gives you And I have natural redness, so there's that. Okay, now I'm just going to do, you know, like right above my temples, just to give myself a little color around my hairline. And I'm not going to do it down my neck. I don't feel a need, but I am going to go in and I'm going to blend with my powder brush just to make sure that it's together and there's no, and you can go in with a, you know, with some powder and you can clean this up if you want to. I like the way it kind of looks just on its own without that really sharp look, unless I'm going to go out for the night. Yeah. So, okay, the next step is going to be highlight. I'm going to go ahead and do my highlight. I'm just going to use my Pore Champagne Pop that is honestly, there's a hair in my hair is still coming out, guys. My Pore Champagne Pop is just about, I mean, it is in bad shape, guys. It's got a big old hole in it, and I'm afraid it's going to just crack at any moment. But I'm just going to use a Real Techniques brush for this. I've just found that this little brush does a really good job. Because it's a holiday look, I am going to put a good bit of this on my face, but I can control where I put it at. So, you know, there's that. I do want to control where I put it because, first of all, I'm avoiding the texture that I now have on my face and will have for a while until my face clears up. It's gotten much better, I will say that. And using that L'Oreal clay mask, and it's really helped a lot. But it's going to take time for my body to get used to the hormone therapy that I'm on now. You know, it's just my body's like a teenager right now. And I never had acne as a teenager, but I've got it now. Thank you. I'm so excited. And that's just a little bit of a bump that I have there that I want to make sure that I don't get any highlight on. Okay, and I'm going to go down my nose. It's okay if you want to look like your nose is a beacon of light because it's the holidays, right, guys? Just a little bit on my lip there. See how shiny? Most people do not want shine. I'm going to do just a little bit in the center, and then I'm going to do a little bit on my chin. So it's not greasy looking, it's just dewy. Okay, let's go in. Just a light brush over the whole face to blend it all in. Okay, now let's talk about the rest of our eyes. Okay, I am going to go in and work on my brows with my Anastasia Brow Wiz. So let me brush through these. And then I'm going to start, and I'm just going to kind of come up here in the front, just do some light feather-like strokes in the front. And then I'm going to go underneath. Just make a nice line underneath. It's sort of like I'm making small strokes, but it does look like I'm just coloring it in. Okay, now I want to go on top and then start shaping. Make sure I bring it down into a nice point there. Start filling in between the two lines. I don't think you have to have these brows that stand out like mustaches above our eyes. I just don't think that that's necessary. I like a natural brow, but that's another one of those things, whatever floats your boat, you know. I just feel like I look funny with a really heavy brow. Maybe it's because I've always had the sparse brows and I'm not used to the way that it looks on my face. I probably would get used to it if I did it every day and every time I did my makeup, but since I'm just not used to heavy brow, I feel like I am walking around with two things on my face. It doesn't work for me. Okay, let's go to the top. Start forming the shape. Need to look at them together. Make sure that I've come in far enough. And I need to come in a little bit further on this side. Okay. All right. Okay. See guys, that's really all I like to do for my brows, and then what I'll do is I'll lay them down at the end. I'll lay them down with the Gimme Brow, which I love. Actually, I'm going to use the NYX this time because it's darker. Okay, and I think it's a brunette and it's a darker color, and I think it'll look better with this particular eye look. Okay, let's go in with the eyeliner I'm going to use, which is Costa Riche by MAC. Of course, I use this like crazy. I'm going to tight line and a waterline. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring that down into my lash line because I want to bring in that Cypress Umber color that I used in my outer V. Just smooth this out. And then I'm going to come in with that crease color to warm it up a little bit. Okay, so let me put that down and let me get my... This is just a Morphe E24. It's just a really nice pencil brush. I'm going to go back into the Cypress Umber that I used in my outer corner because I want to tie in my bottom lash line with my outer corner. And I'm just making this out and keeping it really tight. And it helps to set it in the waterline also. I mean, you're going to get a little bit of shadow in your eyes, but not enough that it's going to harm your eyes. The faces we make, guys, the faces we make. And just kind of flick it up just a little bit there on the outside corner, just to connect it, that's all. Okay, now let me go in with another one, a smaller one. If I can find one that is small enough that I want to use it. Here we go. This is really, really small. I mean, like, super small. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the burnt orange that I started with. I'm just going to bring that in right underneath that brown. I mean, it's just enough to bring in some color there at the edge of where that brown ends. It's a tiny little brush, but it's a great brush for detail work like this. Okay, now let's talk about the brow bone. For the brow bone, I want to use, I just pulled it out. What did I do with it? Let me see. I thought I pulled it out. Did I not? I want to use, here it is, my little angled brush. It's the Sigma angled shading brush. It's nice and fluffy. And so I'm going to go into, I think I'm going to go into Vermeer. And I'm just going to run this under the brow bone. I really like a nice defined brow bone when you have a strong eye look. I just think it looks really nice. And when you're using this angled shader brush, then you're blending it in. You still have, you're not messing up that gradient that you work so hard blending to get. But I think that a nice strong brow bone highlight is always good. just like that. Okay, now then, I think that I've got that. Let me check for any fallout, and I always just very lightly graze over the lid. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to put in my NYX brow gel in brunette, and then I'm going to do my lashes, and I'll come back and we'll talk about guys lips. What I have done is I went in with the Rimmel Exaggerate lip liner, and it is in the color 030 Natural. You can see that it's a really pretty natural color. And then I went in with the Bow and Arrow from Kat Von D. I think this is a really great formula to use, especially if you need it to last for a long time, if you're at a holiday party or anything like that, and you just don't want to touch up a lot. But I really do think that this look turned out great. I really like it. I think that it is plenty dramatic enough for me or your average everyday person. I'm not going to go much more dramatic than that ever. New Year's Eve is probably the only time that you'll see me do a dark smoky eye, which I'm going to be doing for you guys. But yeah, I just wanted to share this look with you guys. I hope that you enjoyed watching and putting makeup on with me. If you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up by hitting that like button down there. And if you're new to my channel, you're here because you have been watching my crafty December daily videos. I hope that you enjoyed watching something a little different too. Beauty is just as fun for me as crafting, and I really enjoy doing makeup. I used to do a lot more of it than what I do, but I wanted to do something that was Christmas appropriate and make it part of my daily December daily. So if you did like it and you're new and you haven't already subscribed, be sure and hit the subscribe button down below. I would really love to have you join my YouTube family. And that's going to be it, guys. I hope that you had fun. I hope that I was able to teach you something. And if you go to try this look, you don't have to have the same Modern Renaissance palette. You can use any of the colors that you've got to get a similar look. I just wanted to give you some ideas. So that's going to be it. I guess so. I love you guys. Thank you so much for your support. Welcome to all the new subscribers. I appreciate you more than you could possibly know. I love you so much, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.